Back with another video. Rolling with Ryan. And I apologize. I don't know what this is. Okay. Make sure it's still recording. Looks like it's still recording. Okay. So I apologize for the last, well, I'm not gonna say I apologize, but for the last few videos, you probably may not even see this. But I got copyright claims on each of the two videos. One on the plain potato video, and then two, there was a video before that. It was the August Alsina, which that one was kind of expected. I'm trying to stray away from doing that. But unfortunately, it's a little bit hard. And this one, it looks like it may be one as well, because it says all rights reserved, 1961, produced by the Department of Psychiatry, School of Medicine, by the Motion Picture Division, Theater Art Department, University of Cali. So I may get it on this one as well. But hey, look, I'm just trying to do a reaction video. If I get one on this video, like I'm about to do the utmost research, if anybody knows can help me out and how I need to figure out what's copyrighted and what's not, let me know. But again, I'm still doing these reactions for you, so even if I don't profit or anything off of it, I still like doing it. And this is an interesting topic matter. So this is interview with this schizophrenic guy. I've seen clips of this, like I think on Facebook, but I haven't like watched it like just to internalize it. And I think the time that we're in, especially, um, it's relevant, and especially when you're talking about like the point and period where the medical field or the mental health field doesn't necessarily seem to accommodate people with mental health issues, and that there is like a negative stigma towards people that have it. So back then, you can imagine, if you know anything historically, they used to do, I think it's called bot, bot, botany. I don't think that's correct, but literally they used to like mess with people's brains to the point where they were no longer sensible, like they were like zombies essentially, in order to fix their mental health issues. But I mean, going back then, seeing like people's lack of information, and really just poor mental health practices, and then kind of understanding that over time we get better with things, we can still kind of understand that even now we're not too good with dealing with people with mental health issues. And yeah, I mean, even with like all the Karen videos, I think that is a definite like concoction that is been brewing for like a long time. So let's go ahead and get started.
How are you feeling? Well, how long have you been here? 3 months, May 17th. And what brought you here? That's difficult to answer. Could you give me some idea? Offhand, I can't. Whose idea was it that you come here? A psychiatrist. And what happened that ended up with your being here in the hospital? The psychiatrist decided that this was the situation for me. Did he tell you why? No, the psychiatrist did not. Has anybody told you why? No. Have you any idea why? Yes. And what is that? I am not completely like other people. What do you mean by that? People dislike me because I am not completely like them. And in what way are you different? I am trying to do with my life something which few people try to do. And this influences my thinking and consequently my actions.
I just want to say, like, it's kind of wild, even though, like, the title of the video, he's clearly, someone that has mental health issues, but he almost seems to know more than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to get into conspiracies or anything, but like they talk about alternate universes. He seems to like know way more than other people understand, and he's stuck in a situation where he can. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just sorry.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
Play the piano for people.
I'm not clear. How is it that playing the piano for people has eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital?
I sit differently when I play the piano, and when I'm away from the piano, I occasionally look differently from other people, and this has caused dislike from people.
They dislike you because you sit differently at the piano?
Yes.
What way do you sit at the piano that people would dislike you?
I cannot describe an illustration of how I sit.
And I can't imagine it, that it would make people angry at you or at least dislike you. How do you know they dislike you?
My father does, and doctors do, because of the way I appear in relationship to the way I sit at the piano and occasionally stand when I am away from the piano because of the way I sit at the piano.
How do you stand when you're away from the piano that they dislike you?
I can't describe an illustration.
Does it feel to you any different from the way other people stand?
Yes, it feels different.
In what way?
This is becoming too involved to describe.
Would I be right in assuming then that
This man's skin glowing.
you don't feel that you belong in the hospital, but that other people did feel that?
As soon as I express the belief that I do not belong in this hospital, which is a mental hospital, then those who dislike me want to find a worse place for me.
I'm not sure I understand. Could you make that clearer for me?
No.
Is this a way of...
But yes, I can. As soon as I express the...
You don't have to share, but it'd be a lot cooler. You did. The new Zack's Pack for 2 with 8 chicken fingers, double the fries, 2 drinks, and that world-famous Zack sauce. Twice the flavor for just $14.99. Only at Zaxby's. Try it with fried pickles for a limited time.
That's BS.
The belief that I do not belong in this mental hospital, then those who dislike me want to find a hospital where the living conditions are not as good as this.
But why are you in the hospital in the first place? I'm not clear.
Because I'm working to do something in my life which most people do not do. This influences my thinking and occasionally my actions. And a psychiatrist has noticed this.
What has he noticed?
Likes the actions and the thinking and has decided that I should be here to change them.
What actions?
How I talk and how I look right at this moment.
And how would you describe the way you're talking and looking right at this moment?
As other people talk, and at this moment, however, I've been told that it is not the way other people talk and look.
Have you any idea in what way it's not like others?
No, because I believe.
So it's wild because it's like even in his understanding of why he's there, it's just because it's different. So he doesn't necessarily seem to understand why he's in this situation. Now, I ain't no psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever, but he just seems to be very unclear on what it is. But something I noticed within every question that's asked is it seems just looking at his face that there are like a conversations that are happening or things that he's listening to, or I can tell that he's making several observations between each question, each statement. It's a lot of stuff happening. So
It is as other people talk.
So then, from your point of view, not from other people's point of view, from your point of view, you look, you talk, you think, you behave as other people do. You're very interested in learning to play the piano. You sit at the piano a little differently from the way someone else might, and you stand somewhat differently.
Occasionally I stand differently.
Now that, in itself, doesn't seem on the surface to be sufficient reason for being in a hospital. So what other reasons have been given to you, or what other reasons do you understand are the causes of your being here?
I'm supposed to not be mentally well.
Oh. And what's supposed to be wrong with you?
No doctor has told me.
It's hard to believe.
I tell the truth.
What are your plans? If things should go well, if you were to leave the hospital, then what?
I need financial help from my father to prepare me for obtaining a job as a piano instructor at a university where I will be able to teach people how to play the piano and also play the piano for people.
Have you had the training yet to permit you to be an instructor?
No, I have not.
Have you tried?
I don't understand what you mean by...
Have you tried to get the instruction?
Yes, I have tried.
What's happened?
I have not had the correct environment for the instruction, nor the correct financial help for the instruction, nor the correct instruction.
Have you been accepted for such instruction?
By some teachers, yes.
And by others, no?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it has been about half and half.
Have you started any such instruction with those who did approve of it?
Yes.
And how has it gone?
With some it has gone well, with some it has not gone well.
well, that is it. The end of the video. That was very interesting. I really don't have any thoughts with it. I mean, it's a very, very interesting looking back when you look at, mental health, the way that it's regarded back then to even now. And hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted. Probably if it does get copyrighted, I won't drop it. But if you see it drop, then it probably did okay. So thank y'all for watching. I am out.
I'm rolling like, bitch, I'm rolling like run. And I'm rolling with them like the wheels on the bike. And I brought my Nina, we too old to be fighting. She barely got booty, but she throw it and I like it. Told her I'ma eat it like some fruit if it's ripe, bitch. I don't post too much, I'd rather do it than the typing. They like, oh, them niggas from the coast, that's some hype shit.